Once upon a time, in the mystical realm of old Spain, there lived a princess who captured hearts with her charm and grace. Princess Anna was a sight to behold, with raven hair like flowing ink and eyes that sparkled like stars in the night sky. She possessed a spirit of adventure and a thirst for knowledge that went beyond the confines of the royal court. Yet her true story remains veiled in the shadows of history, waiting for someone to bring it to light. Welcome to my channel, where we bring you the craziest and weirdest stories from human history. From the precise angle of her head to the curvature of her smile, every aspect of her public persona was carefully crafted to uphold the image of the perfect princess. She developed a particular fondness for tales of adventure, where courageous heroes defied expectations and embarked on daring quests. These stories fueled her own desire for exploration, planting seeds of wanderlust that would blossom in her heart. For as Anne delved deeper into the labyrinthine world of royal intrigue, she realized that the cost of defying tradition and convention was high. Her father, the king, remained steadfast in his determination to secure a dynastic marriage for her. Her defiance surprised many, for it was not a trait typically associated with princesses of the time. In response to her father's relentless pursuit of a dynastic marriage for her, Anne surprised everyone, including herself, by announcing her intention to join a monastery. For as Anne delved deeper into the scriptures and theological debates, she inadvertently stumbled upon teachings that challenged the very foundations of the church hierarchy. Her thirst for knowledge led her to question long-held beliefs and traditional interpretations. Much to the dismay of the conservative clergy, would her thirst for knowledge and a refusal to bow to authority lead to her downfall? Or would she emerge from the trial vindicated, proving that the pursuit of truth should not be stifled by blind obedience? She delved into writing, pouring her thoughts and experiences into her journal. Her words flowed onto the pages, chronicling her journey through faith, doubt, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. But as the echoes of Spain's golden past reverberate through time, her story comes to life. Remembered or forgotten, her spirit lives on, urging us to embrace the transformative power of education and the courage to pursue our dreams. Though she had been forced to relinquish her public voice, Anne's spirit remained unbroken. The fire of her intellect continued to burn brightly, illuminating the darkness of persecution and reminding all who read her words that the thirst for understanding should not be extinguished. The fate of Princess Anne hung in the balance, and the community held its breath, eager to see whether faith or reason would prevail. Her legacy continues to inspire individuals to stand up for their beliefs, to seek knowledge, and to challenge the status quo. As her unorthodox views became known, Anne found herself at the center of a theological storm. Though she had defended her beliefs with unwavering conviction, the ordeal had taken a heavy toll on her spirit. The once vibrant princess had been overshadowed by the weight of persecution. Nevertheless, she remained steadfast in her convictions, refusing to back down despite the potential consequences. Her bravery in the face of adversity had not gone unnoticed. Her admirers, inspired by her resilience, began to rally around her, forming a network of support that bolstered her resolve. The once peaceful cloisters of the monastery echoed with whispers of heresy, and Anne's peaceful existence was shattered. Accusations flew, and before long she was summoned to the bishop's court to defend her beliefs. This bold move was not merely a means to escape her father's clutches, but a testament to her unwavering spirit. Her unwavering determination to stay true to her beliefs sent shockwaves throughout the religious establishment. As the trial commenced, the weight of the entire community rested heavily upon Anne's shoulders. The fate of her soul and her standing within the church hung in the balance. But in the face of adversity, Anne found strength in her convictions. Her defense was a masterclass in theological reasoning, showcasing a depth of knowledge that astounded even her detractors. By choosing the cloister, she was rejecting the constraints of royal life and asserting her right to chart her own course. Despite the disapproving glances and hushed whispers that followed her decision, Anne remained resolute. And the thought of being united to a man she did not love filled Anne with dread. The life of a nun promised solitude and spiritual devotion, a far cry from the opulence and intrigue of the Spanish court. Yet Anne found solace in the quiet sanctuary of the monastery walls, where she could pursue her love for learning without the burden of royal expectations. Within the hallowed halls of the monastery, Anne found a sense of freedom that had eluded her in the gilded cage of the palace, surrounded by the scent of old books and the murmur of prayers. She immersed herself in her studies, devouring texts on philosophy, history, and theology. The vast library became her sanctuary, and within its sheltering embrace, she explored ideas that had been forbidden to her during her royal upbringing. Torn between her duty to her family and her heart, she found herself at a crossroads, unsure of which path to follow. With each passing day, Anne grew more aware of the limitations placed upon her by her royal upbringing. The stakes were high, and the outcome would have far-reaching consequences. Anne's refusal to accept the Duke of Saxony's proposal sent shockwaves through the kingdom, challenging the very foundations of the dynasty. Her father, a staunch believer in the importance of alliances and bloodlines, saw her defiance as a direct threat to his authority. As the king's anger grew, so did the pressure on Anne to conform. She was summoned to his throne room, where the air hung heavy with tension and the weight of tradition. The gilded cage of the palace, once a symbol of comfort and security, now represented the boundaries that confined her spirit. A longing for something more began to stir within her, a yearning for a life less ordinary. Her days were filled with a myriad of activities designed to prepare her for her future role as queen. Music lessons taught by renowned maestros filled the grand halls with harmonious melodies, while tutors patiently imparted the finer points of literature and philosophy in intimate study chambers. Anne, however, found solace in the quiet moments, those stolen hours when she could escape the watchful eyes of the court and explore the vast library at her leisure. There, amidst the towering shelves laden with ancient texts, she discovered a world that lay beyond the confines of the palace walls. Today, we're diving deep into the life of Princess Ana of Spain, a woman whose story is more captivating than any fairy tale. King Charles I, Holy Roman Emperor, is hosting a grand tournament in the heart of Madrid. Dynastic marriages were the currency of power, and her father, the king, was eager to secure alliances that would strengthen his position. At the tender age of 15, Anne's hand in marriage was sought after by numerous suitors, each hoping to gain favor with the royal family. Among them was the Duke of Saxony, a wealthy and powerful nobleman whose proposal was particularly enticing. The king saw an opportunity to forge a strategic alliance and pave the way for Anne's ascension to the throne. However, Anne's heart did not belong to the stoic duke. Her true affections lay with a dashing young courtier named Diego de Vargas, a man who captured her heart with his charming wit and shared passion for adventure. Their romance blossomed in secret, hidden away from the prying eyes of the court. They exchanged stolen glances across crowded rooms, whispered sweet nothings during secluded walks in the palace gardens, and found solace in each other's company. Amidst the suffocating rules and expectations of the royal court, their love became a beacon of hope, a reminder that true happiness could be found outside the gilded cage. The air buzzes with excitement as nobles from across the land gather to compete in a display of horsemanship and skill. The streets are adorned with vibrant banners, and the clash of steel echoes through the cobblestone alleys. But amidst the fanfare and pageantry, there is a young girl named Anna who dreams of a different kind of adventure. So sit back, grab a snack, and get ready for a journey through time as we unveil the secrets of this forgotten princess. The year is 1543, and the Spanish court is a whirlwind of activity. Born in 1544, Princess Anne of Spain had always felt the weight of her royal lineage upon her shoulders. As the daughter of King Charles I and his wife Isabella of Portugal, she was destined for a life of privilege and duty. Growing up within the opulent walls of the Spanish royal court, Anne had been surrounded by luxury beyond compare. Velvet tapestries adorned the palace walls, their rich colors depicting scenes from Spain's glorious past. Golden chandeliers cast a warm glow over marble floors, their flickering light dancing on the faces of courtiers gathered for the evening's entertainment. Whispers echoed through the palace corridors, carrying tales of love and intrigue that hinted at the complexities of the adult world outside her sheltered existence. Life at court was a delicate dance of etiquette and decorum, and Anne was expected to master its intricacies with unwavering precision. Anne's thirst for knowledge was insatiable. She devoured books, each page transporting her to new realms of imagination and learning. As she navigated the treacherous waters of the Spanish court, Anne found herself caught in a web of political intrigue. But their forbidden romance was not without its consequences. In the opulent confines of the Spanish royal court, Princess Anne found herself caught in a battle of wills with her father, the king. Determined to uphold her own values, Anne stood firm, refusing to be a pawn in her father's game of political chess. As she prepared to take the veil and renounce her royal status, the full weight of her choice settled upon her shoulders. However, the tranquility of her new life was not destined to last. Despite the mounting pressure and the risk of excommunication, Anne stood firm, refusing to compromise her convictions. However, the outcome of the trial remained uncertain, and the fear of losing her newfound freedom gnawed at her heart. As the dust settled on Princess Anne's trial, the full extent of her ordeal became clear. With her help, Anne continued to pursue her love for learning, finding solace in the sanctuary of her own home. Princess Anne's story serves as a powerful reminder of the challenges faced by those who dare to question conventional wisdom and defy societal norms. In the annals of history, Princess Anne may not have received the recognition she deserved during her lifetime.